morning, it's Sunday 11th of December 2016. This is Sylvia Shiamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.athavan.com. Let's now look at the paper highlights from today's newspapers. The top highlight in Sunday Times says, Nilame case, CC recommends action against police chief. The Constitutional Council will ask President Maithripala Sirisena to initiate action against Police Chief Pujith Jasundara over allegations that he attempted to save a suspect from arrest over corruption investigation. The decision came after a lengthy discussion on Friday at the CC meeting chaired by Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. An official source said yesterday that the CC would brief President Sirisena on the recent developments and also convey its serious concern over the matter. IGP Jasundara, who was at a police commemoration event in Ratnapura last week, responded to a telephone call. Addressing the caller as Sir, he assured him that a person identified as Nilame would not be arrested. The police chief said that he had spoken to the FCID director and told him that an arrest, if it had to be made, should be only after consulting him. FCID officials said they were probing corruption allegations against Dushan Gunasekara, Basnayaka Nilame of the Devinuvara temple. It is alleged to have taken place when he was the CEO of Mineral Sands Corporation. The highlight in the middle says, Cyclone likely to hit Lankan coast. A cyclonic storm named Varada was last night located 800 km away from the coast of Trincomalee and is likely to hit the Sri Lankan coast by tomorrow, the Department of Meteorology warned. The depression over the south of Bay of Bengal is likely to intensify by this morning and will be 400 km near the coast and move northwestwards across Sri Lanka. Heavy rain is expected along the northeast coast from today, and the Ganges and Turai coast could be fairly rough as heavy winds exceeding 20 km per hour are expected, an official said. He said the cyclone was not severe, but fishermen had been warned not to venture out to sea. The Varada cyclone is moving towards the east coast of India and is likely to hit states like Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. It is called Varada, which means rose in Arabic. This is the second cyclone hitting the Sri Lankan coast within 10 days after the Nada cyclone. And the highlight at the bottom says, China-dominated joint venture taking control of Hambantota port. A Chinese-dominated by joint venture will be granted comprehensive control of Hambantota port, including its internal security, under a framework agreement signed this week between the Sri Lanka government and China Merchants Port Holdings Company. The agreement, which was seen by the Sunday Times, was entered into between CM Port and Secretaries of Ministries of Finance, Port and Shipping, and Development Strategies and International Trade. The final deal is to be signed in January. Listener, move to the paper highlights in Sunday Observer. The main highlight says, Government turns down Chinese proposal. The government has rejected a Chinese proposal to restrict development of ports such as Galle and Oluville within 200 km of the Magampura Mahinda Rajapaksa port in Hambantota. Cabinet last week approved the proposal to issue the green light for the development of the second phase of the Hambantota port on a public-private partnership within the Chinese company, China Merchants Port Holdings Company Limited. The partnership would be based on a framework agreement approved by the Cabinet Committee on Economic Management. The highlight in the middle says, Preliminary reports to be debated. Representatives of political parties at a meeting chaired by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday decided to debate the preliminary reports submitted by the 6 subcommittees on constitutional reforms in Parliament early next month. An authoritative source said the President is expected to open this debate scheduled for 3 days from January 9 to 11. And the highlight at the bottom says, Budget passed. The final vote on Budget 2017 was passed in Parliament yesterday with a majority of 110 votes. 160 members voted for, while 55 voted against, giving the government a 2/3 majority. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today. The top highlight says, Cabinet reshuffle imminent in January. With pressure mounting on President Maithripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to take tough decisions against 3 cabinet ministers who are allegedly causing damages to Yahapalana government, several key ministers have demanded the president to go for a cabinet reshuffle with the dawn of year 2017. The highlight in the middle says, "Better deal for patients." Minister of Health Dr. Rajitha Senaratne said during an interview with Ceylon Today that private hospitals cannot charge hefty amounts for the service rendered to in-house patients, but a moderate amount when the private hospital charges regulatory scheme comes into effect. There's another highlight which says, "Hirunika drops bombshell." Another highlight says, "CID still practicing torture." And the highlight at the bottom says, "Brand new constitution not required," says Professor G.L. Pires. That's all for today's newspaper highlights, and we'll get back to you with more news tomorrow. Thank you.